Okay, I think we should be live now. We're going to find out. Since a theme at the moment for me is just do it wrong, get it bad, be willing to make bad content, practice, learn, embrace imperfection, and have patience. So here we are going live with an update of my course building experience because I wanted to share a little bit about how I'm going with my entrepreneurial journey. The big part of that strategy is putting courses up on Udemy. At this point, I have created one, and full disclosure, it took me 4 months to build the first course, the first go round. And I put that up on Udemy, and for a while nothing happened. I didn't look at it, and then I came back after not looking for a couple of months and realized there had been a few enrollments. And for 3 months in a row, I was getting enrollments all the way up to the end of July, and now it's almost the end of August, and I haven't had an enrollment in August. My theory for why that was end of financial year here in Australia, start of a new tax period. That's what I suspect. It has motivated me enough to continue on and start developing another one. Now, big part of the other part of my strategy is documenting the process. Hence this live stream, hence these videos. I'm doing all sorts of things, throwing mud at the wall. I've taken to recording a video on my phone every day in vertical format, sticking that on TikTok. So I have learnt how to put a video on TikTok, how to edit it on TikTok, that I can then save that and put that up on Instagram. I've learnt that I tend to waffle. My videos easily come out at 5 minutes. No worries, no dramas. In fact, keeping them to a small size, like 1 minute, when they're off the cuff and unplanned, pretty damned hard. So I'm not getting anything up on YouTube Shorts. I'm finding myself resistant to putting them up on, say, LinkedIn, because LinkedIn being a professional platform where a lot of my peers from my previous career are on there, and it's like just yet another barrier to break. Each one of these barriers, I had resistance to TikTok, I had resistance to Facebook back in the day before I got on that, I had resistance to getting on to YouTube. I had to do a 30-day challenge to get used to talking to the camera. When I first started making reels and talking to the camera every day, just putting on it, doing an update, the resistance was palpable. It was frustrating. It had put me in a bad mood, made me agitated. After I did it a few times, got a little bit of good feedback, got in the swing of things, it's easier now. It's not perfect. One thing, Vanessa Lau, if you look her up on YouTube, she was big on YouTube for a while, and she's taken a bit of a break for a time. She came back for a bit. I'm loving watching her journey though. I wish she'd post some more because she's been so authentic recently. Point about Vanessa Lau is one particular reel of hers where she said, be willing to make bad content. Totally agree. I've taken that to heart and been working through that process. She says the reason why other creators are able to efficiently create lots of content is because they were willing to create bad content. They were willing to go out there and make mistakes. She says then after that though, so after you do that about 5 times, you start to get the hang of it. Man, 5? I think she's being overly optimistic and positive there. To be honest, I even see her now having made a successful career. She is, by all definitions of the word, a success from a content creation standpoint. I think her life's pretty good as well. Like, she's got it all together. She's obviously struggling. She's human, right? But even now, I don't think she's completely free from resistance and challenges and finding it difficult at times to produce content, and so do I. So building my course, like, this is the learning to just take it one step at a time and one bite at a time. Like, I'm basically, on one hand, I'm not a big believer in deadlines, right? Because I'm in the vein of organic processes, things that happen in their own time. I've read that the ancient Greeks didn't even have a word for procrastination, that they just considered the procrastination process part of the creative process. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems to work for me. You look at nature, the seasons come, winter comes when it comes, summer comes when it comes, generally comes at the same time, not all the time. When you tend the garden, you plant seeds, they grow when they grow. It's not like you put seeds in and you go, these have to be grown by next week. The world just doesn't really work that way. I don't believe a cheetah, when it wakes up in the morning, knows exactly which impala it's going to go out or exactly how many it's going to get. It just goes out and follows its instincts. And that's how the world flows. This idea of deadlines and stuff is such a human construct from my perspective. That said, it's still necessary to have tension. And so at the moment, having worked with my coach, we had a session where we created some tension around my course. Now, we just used our intuition to pull a number out of the air to go, how much of that course have I got completed? And both of us came up with the number 15 to 20%, which, to be honest, I think is way high. But we did do that. And so there was a commitment to, by the next time I see him, to push that through to 20. Oh, and then the next few days of working on that course was resistance galore. I was making content. The gremlins came out of the woodwork. I had all sorts of technical issues going on. My computer stuffed up. A storm, the rain came in. The internet started dropping out all the time. I filled up my hard drive, ran out of hard drive space. My backup drive wasn't working. I had to go and buy cloud storage. All these things suddenly go wrong after developing that tension, then having to learn that patience, right? And so since then, we have had a technician come in and take a look at the internet, found the copper wire in the phone socket. Well, it was corroded. He fixed that. The internet's nice now. This live stream's more stable than any live stream I've done before, which is fantastic. That's been a resolution. Look, I had cracks. I had a crack in my phone screen that I had to get fixed. I went and dropped my phone in the toilet. Like, everything went wrong, right? And then just learning to have that patience. And this has all been such an interesting journey. And then so I finally got into the stream of things. I spent the last few days refining my course script. There's a live session from a couple of days ago where you see a lot of that get done, where I refine that script. And then last night I grabbed my tripod and stood up here against these curtains that I used to record a video. Now, I do actually want to switch over now and demonstrate that, because it was mostly great. Like, I'm sorry, I'm thinking another problem I had. I'm using a teleprompter app on my phone, which I just put down in the corner near the, if you see that the camera's down here. So I'll put the teleprompter app window right down here and look at that. And it seemed to do a pretty good job. It's not perfect. I've forked out the money and gone and ordered a teleprompter. Now, I'm on such a low budget, but I've ordered a teleprompter. That's what went wrong. The payment didn't go through properly. It got delayed by a few days. And then I had to learn the patience and the persistence to get through to somebody at Amazon. I had no idea. I actually got through to a real person who sorted it out, and the delivery's still on track. Funny enough, after all that delay, I should receive that next week. So I'd love to try that teleprompter. It's also going to create more work because I've got to get my tablet out and see if I can do a share screen from my Linux box, whatever. I'm moving forward. I did record a course last night, and like I said, it went pretty well. I thought my delivery's much improved, even on top of the Udemy course for Drupal content managers. So without much further ado, let's go into this. We're going to go to the laptop screen, and quickly I just want to go to bring a I'm gonna give me a second to bring up a Udemy let's verify I'm human. Here we go. You should be able to see this. There's a big sale on, right? And not getting enrollments. But let's have a quick look at my course. I mean, this is all tailored for me, I guess. We'll find it. Here's mine, right? So if you're interested in learning Drupal, go and enroll in my course, man. I'll put a link in the description, I'd say. I don't want to create an event. So here's this is of course I'm already logged in, right? You can see my progress. Here's the original versions of my videos. G'day, and welcome to our session on path aliases in Drupal. Today we're going to explore how you can use path aliases to improve. I think that's terrible compared to what I was able to do today with a video like this. Which can we bring there? No, you just see it up here, right? On the taxonomy page, you'll see an overview of the vocabularies available on your site. Now, a vocabulary in Drupal is like a set of categories or tags. I think that's way better, right? But the thing was, there's a few spots because I'm filming on my phone, right? And I think it's because I probably had a bunch of apps running in the background. There's a couple of bits down here where it glitched and it glitched the audio. And so stuffed up a bit of where I spoke, and it happened twice. And in those two spots, it was okay. I could cut out that little bit of text, that little bit of speech, and just cut it out of the video. It didn't really matter that piece was gone. And then realign the audio to get the things that show up as full pages, the speech in sync again. But then now we come down to here, and you can see the problem. Right, let's make this video up here bigger. Now pay attention to this. Let's click on list terms of the group recipes by type, such as accompaniment. See, there's a whole, let's click on list terms of the group recipes by type, and then it's all out of sync. There's really important information. Let's click on list terms of the group recipes by type, such as accompaniments, desserts. No, oh man. And then it's probably all like in sync again. But what, do I just record that little bit again, or do I get the video out and have to record the... It's really... I'm right near the end of getting... Because I'll show you how my course works. Because what I've built for myself is a system where I can script out the demo, right? So what I can do is... the course outline's not the one we want. Drupal structure. I'm going to show you some code. Please don't be... If you're not a programmer, you can skip this bit for a second. You can see here, so I wrote all this script that drives a demo, right? It drives a web browser. Let's just go to the top. This is imports a bunch of functions. The important bit here, you can see, it's already loaded up to Drupal Udemy website that I'm using, and you can see it moves to a certain element, clicks it, waits for a page to load, types a username, types a password, clicks the login form button, and then it plays a video. And at these certain times, like right at the beginning of the video, it highlights an element on the page, the structure menu. Then 1 second in, it moves the mouse to the structure menu. When the video is finished, it clicks the page, loads a new page. Then it plays another video, and these time codes at 3.5 seconds in, it highlights elements on the page. So we can see that in action when I do this. We can see how that works, right? So how cool is that? It's just driving. It'll do the login, and then it'll start playing the video down in the corner. Here we can take a closer look at the structure section, where we'll spend most of our time. In the structure section, you'll find key elements like block layout, block types, content types, menus, taxonomy, views, and more. Each of these items manages different forms of content or controls how they're displayed. Oh man, this site provides a practical example of how content types... because I'm sitting over the top, down in the corner down here, there's a video playing. Oh man. But it's the one I've exported from here. All these different clips, I export these clips. So that's the update of where I'm at on the course. I've got to sit down here today and record that session again. That's my lesson in like patience and just learning. Things take time. Things go wrong. I think that happens to all of us. I can get very frustrated sometimes that there's always challenges. There's always things to work with. Always problems going wrong. You know, whether your tripod's like an inch too short, or same with the cable. There's a rule I've got that if something can hook, it will hook. And I've really noticed that whenever you're carrying something that's like kind of shaped in a hook shape, if it's dragging behind you and it can hook on something, it will. And I guess it's akin to Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. But we all have these challenges and we all have things go wrong with us. Going back to that idea of nature, like the cheetah, the amount of times you see videos of nature shows where a cheetah goes for the impala and the impala gets away, or the cheetah falls over, things inherently go wrong at the same time that the world flows forward. So this is an exercise in just taking my time, working through this one bit at a time, documenting my journey. Because over all that, the great news is I'm consistently seeing my subscriber count on this channel here on YouTube grow little bit by little bit by little bit. It's consistent. It's growing by, I don't know, a small number of subscribers a week, but steadily growing, right? It's kind of, I've had 15 in the last 3 weeks, which is small, but it's been, when you look back, you know, a month or two ago, I was excitedly sitting there on 49 for a while. And since then, by just documenting my journey, it's grown from 49 to 67 as of today. So if you're watching this, go and subscribe, because, look, I'm putting up all sorts of things, throwing mud at the wall. It's Bevan's variety show, trying to document my journey, try different things. And I guess I'm recording for posterity, this journey and this exercise I'm putting out there for you guys to follow. I want to teach what I'm learning as I go and bring everything I've learned in my life along for the ride. I've studied a lot under William Whitecloud, his natural success philosophy. I work with my life coach to develop this. I'm learning about media creation, watching a lot of Gary Vee, Rory Sutherland, learning those, putting those together, packaging that up. I've got a video script that I'm also working on at the same time. This is the learning patience. I'm working on putting a video together that I'm putting some effort in over a period of time. So I'm going to throw this one up today. This is my live. We're going kaboom boom. Bevan's live while I keep reviewing my scripts. We don't want to see that oh, you can't see that anyway. So that's where we're at. I think I'm going to leave it at that, because I want to go and get on with my day, go out and do my choices today, come back and re-record that session, keep working on that course and get that video done, because this version of the course that I'm making now is a standalone lesson, right? It's going to be a lesson in the course, but I already intended to do it twice anyway, ironically. Now I'm going to do it 3 times, because one version's packaged to be in situ and in context in my biggest Drupal Site Builders course. Keep an eye out for that. That course is coming through the pipeline. Go and check out my other course. Put some comments down the bottom, come and subscribe to my channel, come on this journey with me, tell me about your journey. And so I'm working on those 2 videos, making a standalone version and a in situ version of that video. So I'm going to put up on this channel an overview of Drupal. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you're interested in Drupal, it's up there. It's a video designed for search. Drupal's something I know, it's my expertise. From a specialty technological thing, but I've got such an interest in like behavioral psychology, natural success, things like that, learning the entrepreneurial journey, instigating that. I'm doing lots of things, coming for the ride, and I'm done here now. And thanks. See you next time. Ciao.